Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on on a lovely little island of Fawnhollow today? Did you see that post on the Animal Crossing subreddit about some person who's got about 10,000 hours posted in Animal Crossing New Horizons? That is insane. If you don't know, the Switch tracks your hours, and I checked mine just before this video, and I've got it on to 520 hours, which is insane to think about in the first place as well. But also I leave it on sometimes because sometimes I plan to start a video recording much earlier than I actually do, and I just sort of leave it on until I actually start like an hour or two later sometimes, not all the time. But anyway, hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 5:39 PM on Friday, October 1st, 2021. I just love October. Well, actually, I just love Halloween, costumes, candy, and best of all, pumpkins. Pumpkins aren't just for eating, of course. You can also carve them out to make lovely little lanterns. You can even use pumpkins for other kinds of DIY projects. I heard Leif will be selling pumpkin starter at a special seasonal price, but in case you can't find him, I just choked there. Nick's Cranny will also be carrying pumpkin sprouts for a limited time. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see pumpkin sprouts up in every little corner on Fawnhollow? Also, Nick's Cranny will be selling candy from now until Halloween. Be sure to stock up. You want to have plenty on hand to share on Halloween night. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone's Halloween costumes. Don't forget to have all of your silly and scary outfits and accessories ready before the big event starts. Today is also Raven's birthday. How wonderful. Happy birthday. That's all for now. Hope you enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. My word, that was a lot of things to read out. Yeah, there's this person who posted on the Animal Crossing subreddit. They have 9,999 hours. I checked mine earlier, and it was 520, so that sort of gives you a bit of scope, I suppose, of someone who plays, oh my word, half an hour every single day. Get out of here, Bank of Nook. We don't need you. Gulliver. Fair enough. Rowan, what did you give us? Think about history. Crushing rocks, this came in handy. I spent, oh, this must be a fossil. We don't need that, unfortunately. Mum, my dear, with apple stuffed cheeks, I take long walks and read long books. I take long naps and long pyjamas. This time of year is wonderful, but far too short. Enjoy it while it lasts. I actually think you sent that exact same thing last time. You've also sent this exact same thing last time. But, you know, we'll take them, I guess. Who's our host for today? Is it Red? Is our Joy-Con drift gonna chill? It's not Red, I can tell you that much. AK is going to be, oh, you know, it's probably Leif. It's probably Leif is forced to spawn. Yeah, on the 1st of October. That is right, I forgot, because it is, of course, the start of spooky Halloween time. Yeah, but that's an insane amount of hours. Someone did a maths, because, you know, I saw it quite late. I saw it when I woke up this morning. That means they had, if they actually spent the entire time playing, they spent 18 hours on it every single day since release, which is, of course, a little bit absurd. I'm not saying people out there haven't done it. It's just this is the only person who's actually posted it on Reddit. I scrolled down in the comments, and I think at some point they said that they left it on while also like studying and doing other stuff and that sort of thing, which makes considerable sense because I can't imagine playing this game for 18 hours every single day. If you like it, by all means do so, but for me personally, I feel like by the time I get to like, well, even half an hour nowadays, I'm just like, there's nothing else really to do except for customize, and I don't really feel like customizing right now, so I just don't. I'm not trying to like, alright, apparently I'm just out here, thanks to Joy-Con Drift. I'm not trying to disrespect this guy or this person, I should say. For playing so much Animal Crossing, honestly, it's kind of awesome. It just like shocked me because I looked at it and I was like, oh, 10,000 hours, that's not that much. And then I thought about it and I was like, that is an insane amount of hours. I wanted to see if there's any seasonal items in Nick Shopping. So, you know, I suppose part of me is almost glad to see that it's not all of it is concentrated actual gameplay rather than just idle time. Like because I thought about it a bit more because I was like, okay, what game have I played for most hours? I think it might be TF2 or Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not sure. But for ones for track time. League of Legends might be, but I've also played League of Legends for 10 years, so that's kind of like a whole different scenario there. I played League of Legends for 10 years. There used to be a site which calculated like your average amount of time playing. Let's see, hold on. This might be a thing. League of Legends hours played. Where there was a website which estimated it. Wasted on no. There you go. Hold on. Let's get me up. Summoner's name. I didn't type it in before you let me do it. Dear darling, dear space darling, if you want to add me on League, I suppose. I don't really play League much anymore, so I wouldn't particularly recommend it. 500, oh, not since season 11. I want to see since the beginning of time. I've only spent about 8 hours, apparently. It means by candy. These are limited time. High demand, one per day. I don't know how many have. We'll just sort of stock up on it because, like, why not? I didn't mean to close that. I meant to get gift wrap. We of course don't need any of the Halloween items because we got them all already. Unless there's new ones which appear, but you know, the fact that an archway has appeared, I don't think there will be. Hold on, there was a website. How much time you spent on? No, I want from the beginning. I want from the beginning. I don't want in season 8. How much time I wasted on LOL? I don't know. To be fair, I think they only did it estimate wise, and I've seen that API makes it hard to actually guess nowadays. But we can see what I've got in Steam. I'm pretty sure it used to be TF2 was my most played game hour wise, and that had like 600 hours or so, I think. And I think Siege has overtaken it. Maybe not 600, maybe 200. 600 sounds too high. I would say Binding of Isaac's at 312 right now. I played some yesterday and it went terribly, by the way. So don't ask me about it. I tried to do an Eve Mother run and I found Guppy. Guppy's body, which was I was like, ooh, it's a pretty good start. And then apparently Guppy's body doesn't apply when you're in the knife piece 2 section, as I have now found out. So that was quite sad. So that was a pretty good run, which just ended. But then I tried Keeper to, I don't even know, Mother. I got Keeper alt path a few times. Those just ended up dying somehow. Like one of the times I died, I was just like, I don't even know how I died. The other one was just no damage. 417 hours in TF2. And compared to Rainbow Six Siege, which has 551, I think those are my most played. But there's a way to see. How do I used to see? Isn't it like you look at your profile, man? I nearly just logged out my camera. Would be kind of, well, not bad, but not what I intended. What the heck is this background I've got? It's beautiful. I didn't know if this was my Steam background. It's some like autumn theme background. Oh, okay. So Siege is number 1 for me with 551 hours. Terraria number 2 at 434. Team Fortress 2 at 417. Binding of Isaac at 313. Sharp drop to the next one, Divinity Original Sin 79. And amusingly, next, Hollow Knight 76. The only recorded one. And you might say, how does that work? Didn't you only have like, I remember I had 99 episodes of Hollow Knight. Each of them about half an hour long. I guess not each of them, because some of the later ones ended up being an hour long when I was doing Pantheon of Howler Nest. So add on like plus 10 or something. And then divide by 2 to get like roughly 55 hours. Where do the others 22 hours come from? I don't actually know. Some of it is probably from idly keeping it open, and some of it's from practicing, which I did do a little bit off screen, but not a huge amount off screen. So I don't think I did like 20 hours of it practicing off screen. I think I must have done maybe about 5 hours practicing off screen in total. No, even that sounds like too much, to be perfectly honest. What are we doing? What Nookmore missions are we trying to do? Oh, seashells, that's what I wanted. Seashells, plant fruit trees. Actually, do we have enough room? We have enough room. Yeah, so that's what I thought about when I saw the 10,000 hours. I was like, oh, that's not bad. I was like, oh, you know, that's just to be expected. Like, some people love playing games and dedicate their entire life to them. And then I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. Animal Crossing's only been out for like 500 hours or so. Like, that's the amount of hours. That's probably more hours than I have in League of Legends. And I've been playing that game since 2010. December 2010, roughly. Not too far from the release of Cassiopeia, if you really wanted to know. So it's insane, basically. And it's obviously explained by the fact that they just left it idling, which, you know, inflates the numbers. So, you know, statistics can't always be trusted, as you can see, but so some people probably have even crazier numbers. Like, I'm not going to be surprised if there's someone out there who has 10,000 hours. Maybe not on Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing is perhaps a bit too new. And I don't think there's going to be many people out there who have dedicated 10,000 hours, like actual gameplay time, to Animal Crossing. I mean, I think it's possible, but I think even that is a bit of a stretch. What, 6, 7? We need... Do you have a balloon? I thought I had a balloon. Maybe I didn't. I'm not going to say it's impossible for people out there to have done so, but I'd say it's quite unlikely. That 18 hours every single day of actual gameplay in Animal Crossing seems absurd. The only way I think that would even be possible is if you were like socializing with like your friends or something 18 hours each day. And most people do stuff for most of the day. If you did it 18 hours, that's literally from waking up to sleeping time, essentially. Oh, 6 hours of sleep. That means you basically have to be doing nothing else. in your existence. That's difficult, you know? Like, even most people just like eat food. That takes like an hour if you want to summon. If you want to do it supremely fast, then add up all breakfast, lunch, and dinner times, I suppose. So yeah, it's a little. I think that's a bit absurd. I sorely don't doubt that in each of the other Animal Crossings, there's definitely someone in the world who's probably played it for 10,000 hours, legitimately. Mainly because New Leaf is now 8 years old. I don't know if that's quite right. And the others are significantly older than that and probably have people playing all the time. And as I say, it's not meant to be like a dissuasion against it. It's not meant to be like, oh, why would you bother doing something like that? No, I totally get it, you know. I mean, I won't say I quite relate to playing something for 18 hours a day, but I could totally understand playing something for maybe like 6 hours a day or something. Every single day if it's something that you really liked and you had the time for it. Like, especially when I was back in school, I definitely had much more time for that sort of thing, so that was much more something on the docket. But now it's not, because I've got stuff and I don't want to play the same game. Like, even if I did have the time, I wouldn't want to play the same game for 10 hours every single day. It's just like, I like variety, I suppose, and I like my hobbies better than I like playing games in certain aspects now. Because like, if I played, like, my favourite games are puzzle games. If I played puzzle games for 10 hours every single day, I'd probably run out of puzzle games, to be honest. Either that or I'd absolutely just mentally fry my brain, which I'm not too particularly fond of. I must say, this Joy-Con drift is getting rather annoying. It's a good thing the only game we play on the Switch right now is Animal Crossing, which doesn't really matter if... What's the word? Drift away. Oh, you can sort by achievement completion. What game have I completed most achievements on? Bug Fables, Baba Is You, Hatterful Boyfriend, and Hatterful Boyfriend Holiday Star, Snakebird Primer, Samsara Room, A Short Hike, The Room, To the Moon, and Finding Paradise. All have 100% achievements. I'm missing one achievement on Snakebird. What achievement am I missing? Curious George, find all the clickable props. Okay, I'm not doing that. That sounds boring. Plants and Zombies. Oh yeah, Plants vs Zombies. I'm missing 2 achievements. I know which ones they are. They're the iZombie one and the Vase one. Because I actually have 60 hours on Plants vs Zombies, the first one. And you might say, that's a lot of hours for a game which is probably about 6 hours long, of a campaign maybe. That's because I played the ever-loving heck out of this game. What missions can we do? Hot item I should have checked. Hot item, deep sea, customize. Okay. I played the ever-loving heck out of that game. Doghouse, bamboo, stop block. I can't remember how you make a doghouse. I think it's hardwood. So I might not... Hardwood and iron, maybe? That might not be too bad. Oh, it's a lot of wood. Ah, who cares? We'll make it anyway. We'll do some deep sea diving as well. Because it was one of the first games I ever had in Steam, along with TF2 and other games. It was one of the first games I loved, like a ridiculous amount. I was like, this is one of my favourite games of all time. Even now, it probably still holds quite a special place in my heart. I'm not sure, it's not the best game of all time, but it's certainly one of my favourites, and I'm very nostalgic for. I bet I could play it now, and I could still probably, like, remember all the strategies and that sort of thing. That's how ingrained into my brain Plants vs Zombies is. So I played through the campaign at least, like, I'm going to say at least 4 different times, and I played the endless mode up to like wave 1000 or something. I can't remember. Part of me is tempted just to open it now just to see how far I got, but I don't think I think when I played it, Steam didn't have cloud saves back then. I was very young. I think I was in primary school. No, it must have been early years of secondary school back when. But I remember I was not so great at the Vase and the iZombie meds. I tried to get the achievements a few times, not all that many times, mind you. Like, I wasn't super committed to it, but I tried him a few times, and he was like, you know, I couldn't get those records. Maybe someday I should go back to it just to actually get those achievements I'm missing. But I didn't like it. I didn't like that roguelike aspect of it. I actually completely forgot this was a thing in Venus Flower Basket. Things like that. Honestly, Binding of Isaac's up here with 567 out of 637. That's pretty high for a game with 637 achievements. I'm nearly there. I'm so close to completing all the A-side characters. And then I'll only have B-side characters left, of which the only notably difficult ones, I think, are Tainted Lost Lazarus and Jacob. And Tainted Lazarus is almost done. I've only got the Alt Path left. Tainted Jacob, I've got Alt Path Beast Delirium, I think, which is a bit annoying. I can't remember when I did. It must have been like 50 episodes ago or something. The only reason I managed to do Tainted Jacob was because I found one of them, like 5 items you need to actually just trivialize, not trivialize, but almost trivialize a run. I don't have all the Spiritfarer achievements, that's interesting. Obra Dinn I'm missing a couple as well. What am I missing in Obra Dinn? 2 hidden achievements. Don't know, they must be Easter eggs. I'm not quite the achievement hunter, so it's not too surprising to me that I'm missing some of them. Customize. Buy stuff. Buy stuff, buy stuff. What game have I played a lot of, but I've got like basically no achievements on? Let's see. Team Fortress 2 beta, Crypt of a Necrodancer. I've only got 2.7 hours. When did Crypt of a Necrodancer get new art? I haven't played these games for very long though. 20 hours. I got 22 out of 307 achievements on Civ. That's fair. You know, Civ, as it turns out, isn't super my sort of game. I don't mind playing it with like friends and that sort of thing, but like I would, as I found out, I played it by myself a few times and I'm just like, it's not for me. And I'm not sure why. You would have thought like these slow strategy, like puzzle games would appeal to my like puzzle-like elements, but it just doesn't for some reason. I have no clue why. Trying to see what else I've played a lot of. Skyrim I've apparently played 17 hours of. I have no idea how I've done that. EVGA Precision X1 I've got 18 hours on record. I don't even know what this is. It's a computer tool, I guess. Tabletop Simulator. That's actually a pretty fun game because it's basically every tabletop game in one. Maybe that's something to play more. Skullgirls I've got 23 hours on record. I've only got 6 achievements. I'm not that great at fighting games. Like, cut me some slack, I suppose. It's just interesting to see the sort of the playtimes out there. I wonder what the highest legitimate playtime is, and the highest illegitimate playtime, I suppose, out there in Steam. Let's see. This is a Google question because obviously I'm not going to know this off the top of my head. I don't know how I would. Steam highest playtime. Most playtime ladder. Tuong Do from, what's this, Vietnam? Yeah, that's Vietnam. Has 1,982,000, basically 2 million hours of playtime. And 3,000 games. That's pretty high. I can't imagine all of this is legitimate playtime. We're going to look at their profile, to be honest. Top profile, verified Discord, reloads, open on Steam. I want to see their top played game. What game have they got a lot of time in? World time. Please only add me if you're level 1 or higher. They got their PC specs on here. Interesting screenshots. I'm trying to see games. Games, here we go. It's not even loading, so maybe we've got to give that a little bit of time to actually load up. Why am I in here? 17,000 hours on Age of Empires 2 and 12,000 on Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. 10,000 on Dota. 8,000 on Surviving Mars. This person probably just leaves them all open. I've got to say. Steam highest playtime single game. Which people have logged the most hours of gaming on Steam? Who's the most time spent on any game? 2,000 on Terraria, 7,000 on 35k hours on Guild Wars 1. What? So I'm just reading all of this stuff now. It's probably not very interesting to you, I must say. I don't remember why I walked into my home. Oh, because we want to make a hot item. I see. And customize things, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, there's a lot of playtime hours out there, and only some of them are kind of legitimate, so a lot of them are kind of skewed. I mean, I don't blame them for if you have like, if you had like a lot of hours on a game and you're just like, oh, why not I just leave it open all the time just to sort of like skew the statistics to make a bit of a much more of a shocking statistic, I suppose. I'd say skew in your favour. I'm not really sure if it's in your favour. If anything, it just kind of like is. But if you want to do that, I totally don't blame you. But I might do that as well. I probably wouldn't, but I might. I could see a reality in which that happens. Let's customize some things while we're here, I suppose. Because, you know, big number goes, ooh, how exciting. I mean, hold on, that makes it sound like a big number's going you. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, like, A big number goes, ooh. I suppose it looks kind of cool to have such a big number in this aspect. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, and then your mileage may vary. To me, it's not really that big a deal. But I can understand the like, I think part of it would just be like devotion. Like, if you really like a game, you want to show how much you love it, and you probably play it a lot. I mean, you see the number's kind of high already. What better way to show your devotion to it than rather than making the number go higher? Like, you know, I've seen people and participated in myself, and like you know, like these mobile game events which happen. Well, there's like you basically you score points by with, well, I'm talking about rhythm games specifically, by engaging with game systems. And then past a certain point, there's no rewards, there's no benefit. The only reason you keep going is to get on that ranking ladder. And I've done it twice. I got into the top 2,000 of events in Starlight Stage, which, by the way, was not me playing non-stop. There's a certain combination of cards you can use in the game. I forgot to put this stuff away, but I will. Which allows you to play the game automatically, basically. You don't have to input anything, and it will just play the game for you. In that aspect, that's basically what I did, and it was just basically like me doing things and then going onto my phone to set it up, and then every like 3 minutes or so. Was it fun? No, but it was just like devotion, I suppose. But to be like, oh, you know, I really want to show how much I like X, Y, Z or something. Would I do it nowadays? Nah, probably not. It's a bit of effort, isn't it? If only we didn't have to individually stack them like this, and we can grab a multi-stack. But alas, the Animal Crossing's never going to have that sort of thing for us. Sorry, I just got a phone notification. I was like, what the heck is that? I believe I know what that is, so don't you worry. Yes, a sort of devotion. Like, there's another thing in Shiny Colours, there's a produce cup, where people just, what you do is, you do these runs, quote, quote, in Shiny Colours to, play the game, and during Producer Cup you just get like numbers based on how many runs you do, if I'm to boil it down to its like basic elements. And apparently one of the years someone was so devoted to one of the things they literally broke the integer limit on they literally broke the integer limit on the number, or on their score basically, in that event, which is insane. Like, how do you do that? You had to basically not only play non-stop for basically the entire event, you had to play extraordinarily fast. Oh, I didn't buy any flowers. I guess we'll go back and buy some flowers. That's just crazy, that amount of devotion. And some parts are impressive, and some parts very, very scary and frightening at the same time. I think equal parts of both, to be honest. Like, I understand the perspective of also being like, that seems like a waste of your life or a waste of time. But, you know, everyone's got like different perspectives of what's a waste of their time and what's a waste of their life. And I don't think really any of us are particularly fit to be the arbiter of being like, oh, you know, this is and this isn't a waste of your time, you know. Basically, the long and short of it is, as I say, life's too short. Anyway, just do what you want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. Essentially. If you want to spend all your time in one event just super grinding it out and playing it, then by all means. Oh, this reminds me, like, it's not surprising that these sort of things happen in gacha games. I suppose people are very committed to their characters there. I remember there was this one person called like Kintoleski or something on Love Live School Idol Festival, which is an old rhythm mobile game I used to play, who basically just got like top 10 or something in every single event as it came out. They must have played non-stop. I have no idea how they even managed that. Because in Shiny Colours, at least, there's a system in place where you are forced to take a break like every 6 hours, which I assume is when most people just like start to sleep or something. I assume, well, the assumption is most people are just multiple people playing on that one account and just taking turns every like few hours or so to do it. I don't know. Well, that's just a classic there. A phone call, a pointless phone call, interrupting a video, and now I'm going to have to edit this video out to take out that annoying phone ringing sound, which I don't think you can do in YouTube Studio. But anyway, playtime hours, that's what I'm talking about. We've only got like 5 minutes left, I believe. I didn't actually see how long that last video was. My last thing was, let's see how long it was. 24 minutes. Okay, we got about 6 minutes to catch 5 fish and catch 5 bugs. Yeah, so that's why I don't know what I was talking about before, but I have a very high time in Plants vs Zombies because I played it a lot when I was younger. It was my favourite game, and there was one part when we moved into a new house, and we were basically not going to have internet for ages. So I was like, okay, I'm going to download some games which I can play offline for my Steam. And at the time, I basically only had a few games. I had TF2 and I had Plants vs Zombies and maybe a couple of other games, I can't remember. But I looked at them and I was like, you know what, the only game I actually can play offline is Plants vs Zombies. I think I had Super Meat Boy as well, but I didn't actually like playing it that much. So I played Plants vs Zombies. Like, basically that's what we did, just multiple times, you know. My sister played it as well, because, you know, she also obviously didn't have internet since we were like 12. It's not like we have much of a mobile data plan at that time or anything. So we just played that through multiple times. And yeah, and I just basically played that endless mode over and over again. I remember before, like, I can't remember if we moved or if it was just like downtime or something in that internet service provider. I looked on YouTube, basically, like a guide to set up like an Plants vs Zombies like endless run. And I remember like making like a paint document, just being like, this is the layout I need to go infinite essentially in this mode. I remember I don't know why I didn't just print screen it, but I made like an actual grid on paint and then used like the different shapes and to represent each plant in different colours. And I still remember sort of a tactic. What you had to do is basically spam sunflowers and twin sunflowers for like the first 10 waves or something, with just 2 cattails or something defending you, and using pumpkins to delay time. And you even put like a mimic sunflower down, because that's how fast you produce it. And you had to basically get like a ridiculous amount of sun, and then you slowly just start replacing everything, each wave, with what you need. And then eventually you just put pumpkins on everything. I don't know why I remember. It's just it's in my brain for some reason, and it's forever going to be a part of my brain. How to go endless and Plants vs Zombies endless mode. I still remember a lot of the challenges as well. I got really good at doing them. You know, there's that is it called Pogo Party? I can't remember. That was a really good one. Zombie Nimble, Zombie Quick. That was a pretty good one, where everything was just ×2 speed basically. I can't remember. Anyway, basically we're not getting any more Plants vs Zombies because PopCap has been bought out by like EA or something, and now Plants vs Zombies 2 turned into a mobile game, which I still played the heck out of. Plants vs Zombies 3 is never going to get released, and yeah, you know, sad days all around, I suppose. We really need to talk to Tank, so we can actually up his friendship level ASAP. Not that it's really much of a rush or anything, but we haven't seen him around, so let's check Able Sisters and we'll check the museum. I mean, I think those are the only place to check. Well, actually, we'll check Biscuit's house as well, because he could be visiting someone. Very social of him. And we'll try and do this in 3 minutes. I don't know if we'll be able to, but if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. But yeah, we had to talk to people for like a few days in a row. Sorry, Biscuit, we're going to confuse you. We don't have the time. We got to look. We got to find Tank. Because he wasn't in Nooks, right? I don't think so. Museum is like the last thing I want to check, because it's such a big place to search. I much prefer checking Able Sisters to see if he's there instead. Or Amelia's outside. It could be in Raymond or Vivian's house. I don't think we've seen either of those two about. I think they're actually in their home. I don't remember. But it seems like he's not in here, so he's probably in a museum. I'm not sure we're going to have enough time to do this, to be honest. Unless we get real lucky and he's just like immediately there in the museum. I don't think we're going to be able to find him. But yeah, no, what game do you have most playtime in? So obviously for me it goes League of Legends, probably Rainbow Six Siege, Animal Crossing New Horizons, then TF2. Or TF2 and Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's kind of close because a lot of my New Horizons time is idle time. I said because, you know, like I turn on the game and I don't immediately play it right away. Sometimes like there's a bit of delay before I start recording and that sort of thing. Actually, it's not too bad now I think about it. I had to edit videos because before I had to like, well, open like Premiere Pro or After Effects and render the whole thing. Most of the time I did it in After Effects. I don't know why. I should have done it in Premiere Pro, but now I don't have it anymore, and I figured out a way. And not figured out, like more like I've researched a way that you can do it quite easily. You're just using the in Windows built-in videos app. You might say that's going to give you like a loss of quality. Yeah, it is, but it's also Animal Crossing. It'll be fine. Basically, you're just here for my commentary anyway. As long this is just like a podcast with some sort of Animal Crossing video gameplay to go along with it. Itself was not even a good podcast because I don't research any of my topics or anything, or don't come pre-planned with anything to talk about. I just talk randomly, and it's honestly about most inane things possible. Like I'm doing crossword today. It went pretty well. I couldn't do quite the whole entire thing without switching to regular mode, but I'm getting a lot better. I can do basically like 7/8 of the crossword now without regular mode. But now it's always just like one like 5x5 square or something, which is left where I don't have any other clues for. But anyway, we'll round off this episode here, and I will edit this video. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me, Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.